Welcome back to Charlie Talks Global, where today we're diving into the vibrant cultures that make our world so fascinating.
Hey there, global explorers. Welcome to Charlie Talks Global, the podcast where English meets storytelling, humor meets hustle. Charlie here. And today's story is all about the Finnish Wife-Carrying Championship, where love meets beer. Imagine running an obstacle course with your wife on your back, and the prize is her weight in beer. Welcome to Finland, where this isn't just a Saturday night dare, it's a world championship. Hey, curious minds, Charlie here. Today we're diving into one of the world's most bizarre sporting events that makes you question everything you thought you knew about romance and competition. We're talking about Finland's Wife-Carrying World Championships. Yes, that's a real thing. And yes, it's exactly as wild as it sounds. Every July, the small town of Sänkäjärvi becomes the epicenter of matrimonial athleticism. Picture this. Hundreds of couples from around the world gather to participate in what can only be described as relationship goals meets CrossFit meets beer festival. The rules are beautifully simple yet hilariously specific. Carry your wife or a female teammate through a 253-meter obstacle course. She must weigh at least 49 kilograms. If she's lighter, she gets weighted down with a backpack. Cross the finish line fastest without dropping your precious cargo. Winner takes home the wife's weight in beer. Now you might be wondering, who thought this was a good idea? Well, buckle up, because the origin story is even weirder than the competition itself. This madness allegedly dates back to the 1800s and a legendary Finnish outlaw named Herkko Rosvoron. This guy and his gang had a, let's say, unconventional approach to romance. They would literally steal wives from neighboring villages. But here's where it gets interesting. Some historians think this is complete nonsense, and the real origin is much more practical. Back in the day, Finnish men actually had to prove their strength and endurance before marriage. What better way than literally carrying your future wife around town? Either way, modern Finland looked at this bizarre tradition and thought, you know what this needs? Beer prizes and international competition. Now, before you start practicing with your significant other, there are actually strategic approaches to wife carrying. The traditional piggyback, classic, but amateur hour. Your wife's legs dangle, creating wind resistance, basically turning her into a human parachute. The fireman's carry, more stable but awkward for longer distances. Plus, nobody wants to be carried like a sack of potatoes. The Estonian carry, this is where things get serious, folks. The wife hangs upside down with her legs around the husband's shoulders. It looks absolutely ridiculous, but it's aerodynamically superior and keeps the center of gravity low. The Estonians didn't dominate this sport for years by accident. Today's championship is pure chaos in the best possible way. We're talking about elite athletes who train year-round for this moment. There are professional wife-carrying circuits, specialized equipment, and training regimens that would make Olympic coaches weep. The current world record, 55.5 seconds, set by Lithuanian couple Vytautas Kurkliauskas and Neringa Kur. That's less than a minute to cover 253 meters while carrying another human being through sandpits, water hazards, and over hurdles. And here's the kicker, you don't even have to be married to your partner. The rules just say your own wife, or the wife of a friend, which opens up a whole can of worms about Finnish friendship dynamics that we probably shouldn't explore too deeply. Let's talk about the real prize here, beer, equal to the wife's weight. Now, the average Finnish woman weighs about 66 kilograms, which translates to roughly 130 bottles of beer. That's a solid weekend right there. But here's the beautiful irony. To win this beer, you need to be in peak physical condition. Meanwhile, consuming 130 bottles of beer would probably prevent you from defending your title next year. It's the perfect self-regulating system. What started as a quirky Finnish tradition has gone completely global. There are now wife-carrying championships in Australia, Estonia, the United States, and even Hong Kong. Each country adds its own cultural twist. In North America, they've added categories for different body weights, because apparently, we can't do anything without making it complicated. The sport has even spawned its own international federation, because nothing says legitimate sport like bureaucracy and governing bodies. So there you have it. In a world full of serious competitions and corporate sponsorships, Finland gave us a reminder that sometimes the most ridiculous ideas make the most sense. It's a sport that celebrates partnership, physical fitness, and the universal truth that everything is better with beer involved. Who knows? Maybe wife carrying will make it to the Olympics someday. I mean, if breakdancing can make it in, anything's possible. What's the weirdest competition you've ever heard of? Drop it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more wonderfully weird content from around the globe. And if you're inspired to start training for next year's championship, remember, choose your partner wisely, practice your Estonian carry, and maybe start with a bag of rice before moving on to actual humans. Trust me on this one. And don't forget to subscribe, share with a friend. Catch you next time on Charlie Talks Global for more cultural deep dives that'll make you see the world differently.